Hi guys, and welcome back to the Isle of Wight family. I'd like to apologise for not doing no videos for the last week or so, but we are away at the moment down at Wookie Hole in Somerset, and this is our very first holiday as a family. So in the last 9.5 years, very first holiday as a family, because Ross and Amelia have heart conditions, and we haven't been able to do like a holiday, family holiday, since they've been born. So it's a very exciting time for us. 2 weeks away. We're in a lovely lodge down in Wicky Hole, and it's just really nice. It's got a hot tub, really nice lodge, and I just want to tell you a big bit about what's happened to Ross and Amelia during their lives. First, let's start off with Ross. Ross was born. Well, we thought he was born fine and had no problems, but it was about 3 hours after he was born that a paediatrician nurse came in and noticed he had a heart murmur, and it was all gone downhill from there. Really, he was rushed down to intensive care where he was born at Farnborough Hospital, and from there he was transferred up to St Thomas's. But they said to me, the transfer team said if I would like to go with Ross to the hospital, but I'm glad I didn't, really, because on the way there he stopped breathing 3 times. We didn't know that until later on, and funny thing is, that night he was born, it snowed so bad, and we didn't know if we was going to get to him or not. So Zoe, my wife, and Zoe, discharged herself, and Zoe's mum and dad whisked us up to St Thomas's in the snow. When we got there, he was have tubes on him, and it wasn't very nice, put it that way. It was a big shock, and there was a doctor doing an echo on his heart, and they found out that he was born with out of valve. What paint pumps the main takes the blood to the lungs. So next day he had surgery to put an artificial valve in. No, not a valve, shunt in to keep the blood run his heart, or run his body, shall I say. So he was born with something called pulmonary atresia, where the main valve, what pumps blood to the lungs, is missing. So he had surgery on a day old, and yeah, it was really a shock. So when he got back from surgery, he had a breathing tube in and loads of wires and pacemaker, and it was horrible. Worst feeling ever. But and then a few days later, or I think it was about a week later, he was down on the ward. We spent our first ever Christmas in St Thomas's Hospital, and by the 31st, New Year's Eve, we was at home. So he done fantastic. I was going to do a YouTube video of like Ross and Amelia, of their photos and things, but it was just too disturbing to put them up, I don't think. But comment down below if you'd like to see pictures of Ross and Amelia in intensive care and things, but I don't think it would be very nice on a YouTube channel. But that was his first ever surgery. And then when he was 8 months old, he had his full repair on his heart. He had an artificial valve put in, and that went really well. no problems at all. So, and then he was in intensive care then, big shock again. But I tell you now, these kids with heart conditions or any other conditions are amazing. We've known people who was on the wards and things with half a heart, holes in the heart. We've even known people who's had heart transplants, and absolutely brilliant. And you can't fault the staff as well. NHS is a brilliant service. I know people slag it off and things like that, but when you have kids who's had heart conditions, you can't beat their support really. What they have to go through on a daily basis is just amazing. So let's get back to this, let's get back to Ross. So Ross went back down to the ward where he went back home. So we skip a few years until he was 7, should I say, and he had another heart surgery. We was a book a holiday that year, but he had to have his third lot of surgery. So, and that was Ross, and Ross is doing absolutely brilliant now. You wouldn't think he's got a heart condition or anything like that. So he's back on yearly checkups on his heart. So that's brilliant. Let's get to Amelia then. This is where it gets a bit hard, really. Right, well, we knew Amelia had a heart condition when she was born. So she was born at St Thomas's, and she had her first surgery at 6 weeks old. She had a balloon in to open up the valve. She has Detralev. Oh, I say toff, but I can't say the bloody word. Detralev or Fallow. Don't quote me on that because it's a bloody hard word. But we call it, it's a short name for it's toff. So she had a ballooning done then, but that didn't work. So she had to have a repair done. So, and that's when it starts getting a bit, well, emotional really, because she went down for her first surgery, come back, and there was too much blood going to the lungs. She's come back, went to surgery, come back down to intensive care, and everything was fine. But then we stayed on a parents' room, not far from the intensive care. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning when we got a phone call to say you better come down. Mina's not doing very well. So I rushed down there, and then that's when everything started to go wrong really. It was like nurses and doctors and surgeons down there, and next thing you know, she's gone into a cardiac arrest, and they had to open her up in intensive care and do internal heart massage. And me and Zoe were there watching this all be done, and because there was no child surgeon on the hospital then, one of the adult surgeons had to come down and open her up, and he had seen a child's heart before really, and he didn't know what he was doing, so he held her valve closed and all her numbers come up, and he held it there until the child surgeon come and repaired her valve really. So, and then, well, lucky enough she was fine, but her chest was left open for 3 days. Like, it was weird really, because when there was no blood there at first, they have like a see-through gauze, and you could see her heart pumping through his see-through gauze. Oh, It's horrible. I never cried so much in my life, put it that way. So then she was in intensive care for a good week or so, and then probably about 2 weeks in hospital on a ward after that. So, and then we had to leave Ross and Amy, with family and friends, and it was the worst time ever, really. But eventually, lucky enough, we got her back home, but we thought we'd never get her home, but we did, thank God. That was her first surgery. Then she had her second surgery. No, sorry, tell a lie. That was her fourth surgery, next one, sorry. And that went completely fine. And then last year, she had another surgery, and everything went fine with that as well. So this is why we're on our very first holiday to Wiki Hole. So I cannot be ecstatic, really, because my 3 kids are the best things ever. That Ross and Amy have been taken apart, really, on their own. Amelia and Amy on their own as well when Ross had his surgery, and they're just so close to each other, really. I know they might fight or whinge sometimes, but they are just the best kids ever. To what they've been through, them two and Amy, it's just amazing. So please give us a big thumbs up for this video. Subscribe to our channel, and when we get back, we'll be doing some more challenges. Comment down below what challenges you think we should do when we get back. And thanks for watching this video. And if you've got a heart condition, you are amazing as well, because it's just mad to think how you get through what you got through, really. And I'd like to give NHS, the nurses, the doctors and the surgeons the biggest thank you ever, really. If you're a doctor or a surgeon or a nurse from St Thomas's or Southampton Hospital, I'll give you a big thumbs up, because you are the best. What you've done for our family in the last 9.5 years is amazing. So please subscribe to this channel. Please give us a big thumbs up for this, and thank you again for watching our channel. Goodbye for now.